Hi everyone, I'm Hallie. Welcome to Ledger and Lace. Today I'm going to do a flip through of my Jane Austen journal that I made since Jane Austen July is over, and now we're into Austen August, as I like to call it. Okay, this is what I usually do. I just pepper inside covers of books and journals with, this isn't so badly littered with post-it notes, but I'll show a couple changes I made and then we'll get into my Commonplace journal. So I added this insert because I thought I'd do a dedicated Regency fiction. The fiction I read, it's going to be historical fiction if I read fiction, and so I thought for Jane Austen it would be appropriate to have it be a dedicated Regency fiction. So these are the two books I read. And what I do is I print out a picture of the cover of the book and then also a summary of the story. So I have, a quick reference. And so these are the two ones I read. This one was really good. I loved Aurora, and this is part of a series, so that's good. So there's that. And then my quotes journal. I didn't do a lot with this, and I'll probably do more. This sort of summed up July. Hot, absolutely hot. This is from a postcard box set that I have of Jane Austen. So, and then this is from Nik The Booksmith's DigiKit. These are all persuasion quotes. And then I took some pictures from magazines and sort of spring. I don't usually decorate my journals, but I did for this. And as you can see, I really haven't done a tremendous amount with the quotes or anything, so I can work on that as we go through Austen August. So, okay, so there's that. The TBR I changed so that I'm just using this now, and then when I've finished reading something, then I fill it out. So with the stars and then with notes and stuff. So there's that. And then last is my resources notebook for websites and articles and stuff like that. So, there's that. And then the back pocket has a blog post that I wrote. I did some preliminary, my review for the Netflix Persuasion sort of expanded, and I ended up writing a couple blog posts, or actually three. I haven't published the third one, but this is the first one, and I printed it out, and then I printed the colors in black and white so that I could color them. So that's what this is. And then I didn't really do too much with the calendar that I'd printed out, so I don't know if I'll do that next year or not, but we'll see. It can live there for now. All right, so that's the journal setup, and we'll flip through my Commonplace. Why is it Commonplace? Because it's a collection of absolutely everything. Okay. Pocket of, this is a book I didn't finish, so I haven't put that in there. This is an audio recording I haven't listened to. Here's some thumbnails that I haven't put in yet because I haven't posted the videos. So this was my first thumbnail that I did. It's a little sparse in the beginning because I sort of was catching up later. This was a comment from Nik The Booksmith's Jane Austen video from a fellow Jane Austen fan, which I thought was funny. So, okay, and then more thumbnails of videos that I did, and then thumbnail, and then this is the audiobook that I listened to, Pride, Prejudice, and Poison, which was rather entertaining. And then here we are with Persuasion. This is from a magazine that I, added some embellishment there. So first thought, where are the bonnets, people? Nowhere. That's where. I have not mind mapped because I took like 4 pages of notes. So I'll mind map a summary when I post my video and my blog post. Okay. I watched Bride and Prejudice, which was funny, and there were some moments that I really appreciated, like the Cobra dance that Maya does was hilarious. I loved the line that Darcy says of twist the light bulb, pet the dog about the dancing. It was really good. But here's some one-star reviews, which are hilarious. Singing in English? No thanks. I prefer just reading the subtitles. And then it finished with the some guy just put poop emojis. Yeah, so one-star reviews. This is information on carriages and how Jane Austen used them as references for status that people would understand in her time. And then also here's an article I printed out about status, rank, and class in Jane Austen's novels. So that goes there. And then here's some notes I took. This is the Myth Maiden on YouTube, and she did just a wonderful video on what gets lost when Jane Austen gets updated for modern sensibilities. And so I do this sort of a mashup of mind mapping and bullet journaling with color. I use watercolor pencils, and then I can go back and use water on them to give that watery look if I want to. So a note about taking notes. I have outlined this with blue to let me know that this whole 2 pages is the Myth Maiden as well as this one. And then I go into a different video and a different color with Octavia Cox, and then more Octavia Cox and more Octavia Cox. And then we have a new Octavia Cox, but different video. So different color. So that's how I do that. And then I watched this Persuasion, which was kind of a palate cleanser for Netflix. And then again, with the 1-star reviews, one saying that that Amanda Root had the personality of a plank. And then she had 2 expressions, a frowny face and a not frowny face. And with the 1 stars, you always get the whole Jane Austen must be rolling in her grave. That's usually a comment. I watched Austenland, which I thought was hilarious, but apparently the 1-star people, there were Jane Austen fans who were offended because it was not Jane Austen worthy, and then there were Austenland offendeds. I didn't know that this was an actual book, so I'll have to read the book now, but they were offended as well. So I just thought that was really hilarious. The actor who plays Tilney in Northanger Abbey plays the Mr. Darcy character, which I thought was great, and I'm a fan of Jennifer Coolidge, so yeah, so this, I appreciated that. I don't know if it'd be one of my Cozy Comfort watch again videos, but it was fun. So then I watched Mansfield Park 1999, Feminist of the 90s. Ugh. Again, where are the bonnets? But also, where is William in this version? Nowhere. That's where. And there were some horrific, like, there's no eye bleach that I can get these images out of my head of very graphic drawings of just awful, awful scenes. It was truly hideous. I will say that I did like Hugh Bonneville, of course, and I love Victoria Hamilton. She's great in anything she does. And then Lindsay Duncan, who plays Fanny's mother and her aunt, and she was so good. She really was. But this was my favorite review, was whose idea was this? They should be forced to, well, I don't know, sit through something really enraging, because that's what just happened to me. So, oh, yeah. This poor guy who got it for his 91-year-old mother and was like, nope, can't give that to her. So, and then this was my Jane Austen July wrap-up of everything I did on the list. So I did that. And then I did this graphic for Admiral Crofton. Croft. Oh my goodness. Anyway, what's the deal with all the looking glasses? I go into the dressing room and I can't turn around anywhere without seeing my reflection. The question is, how many looking glasses does one person really need? So then we get into August, and I watched Katie from Books and Things, and she had her husband Nik on there, who had just read Mansfield Park for the first time. And I laughed out loud when he described it as one woman's heartwarming journey to sleep with her cousin. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's really good review. Love and Friendship. I've watched this movie before, and I watched this after I had watched this Mansfield Park. I really, really like this. I was thinking this is how you translate Jane Austen to the screen, because it's pithy and it's funny, and it's got these witty little subtitle things. And even though she's wearing Edwardian hats, we'll forgive that. I just think it's a really great movie. But again, 1-starred reviews. And here we go. Jane Austen is rolling in her grave. And this movie, more so than any of the other ones, 22% 1-star ratings. Like, people really, they're offended. And then Mansfield Park, which this one, I can't even. She's running or not running. I mean, that's two speech this girl has. And she's like, no bonnet in sight. But everyone else is wearing bonnets. Where are her bonnets? Nowhere. That's where. And then, of course, the floofy beach hair. And it's not long enough to be mermaid hair. But, and here's the 1-stars. 1-star reviews of... I always love when there's a comment about the delivery or packaging. So anyway, all right. So that is my 1-star review, my Commonplace journal for Jane Austen July. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.